welcome back to Don't Take the Box. Today we have for you a box that I pre-ordered in April, and after 3 long months of waiting, it's finally arrived, so let's get to it. As always, I'm going to give you the first view, so ooh, already, I'm probably opening this upside down, but already we have a very big treat, namely the included paper. ARTSNACKS Aquarelle, which is the holy grail for watercolor paper. It has an excellent reputation. I actually never have bought one because I think they're very expensive, but wow, we have one now. I'll just try to move this aside. Next we get a big pouch, but under this big pouch, whoop, something that you also obviously need for watercolors, and palette with 10 wells and a big one in the middle for water. Sweet. And last but not least, a bubble wrap pouch. That's such a satisfying noise. Let's do that again. I love it. We got a little note with all the information, which I will not look at now, but maybe later if something is confusing. Ooh, Airhead watermelon. I like watermelon. It does say artificially flavored, so I might not like it after all, but I like watermelon in general. Oop. A Daniel Smith sticker, because that is all that I knew about this box before I bought it, that it would be Daniel Smith watercolors. And look at that, they come in such a, it's so cute, it's such a lovely little case. I have to open, oh, it has a clip. Actually, I love the amount of detail that this took, because I generally keep my tubes in plastic containers at home, but since they included like a little pouch or little case that not only just fits them perfectly, but is also quite sturdy. I mean, it's plastic, of course, but it would definitely prevent leaking paint into your briefcase or handbag or whatever that you would take along. But it also prevents your tubes from getting dented by other stuff, or even like getting bruised or cut by keys or other metal bits in your case. This is the sort of extra detail, or the extra, it makes it so. I mean, they could have sent it without the case, and it would have been an equally valuable set. But this little detail just tops it off. It really makes for an extra good box. We'll swatch the colors later, but I'm already in love with the with the color scheme. A lot of blue and purple, which I really like. Just going to keep this in view so you can continue to look at these lovely, lovely colors. And lastly, which by now everybody will have guessed, I presume. Oh. Confused. Oh no, my bad. I got it wrong. Ooh, big. Nice. Look at that. It's so soft and big. I think this is easily the biggest flat brush that I have. I have one similar sized mop brush, but wow. Ooh. It's a Princeton Lauren wash, 1 inch. Feels very fancy. And we also get I can't read that, wait. It's in cursive. It says Sable Round, size 1 watercolor, but I can't make out the brand. So we'll just get a sneak peek. A Robert Simmons Sable watercolor brush. Wow. And lastly, another Princeton, which is, if you don't have one yourself, it's a brand that I really only recently discovered, but really love, because they have a lot of different types of brushes. And I have yet to come across one that I don't, ooh, this is so soft to touch. It is called the Velvet Touch. It's a flat shader in size 4. I was going to show it on my hand, but I think green makes a better contrast. I'll zoom in if you like. You can see it in better detail. Wow. Okay, let's not waste any time and get a sketchbook and swatch. Since, I don't know if I mentioned this, but since this is a box that we got via ARTSNACKS, I'm going to use an ARTSNACKS sketchbook to swatch. I've already prepped the palette with some water. And now, let's keep this all in view. These are so pretty. I'm going to show them to you as much as I possibly can, because I'm in love. I'm really in love. Not just because it's so cute and well done, but also the colors are absolutely lovely. I'm going to give you the names as I pour them into my palette. Quinacridone Magenta. Imperial Purple. Oop. Moon Glow. Phthalo Blue Green shade. Cascade Green. And lastly, Iridescent Aztec Gold. That is not just iridescent, it is almost metallic. Look at that. I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm in love, officially. I'm in love, 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 love. With all that swatched out, I have so far only one remark on this box, and it's the palette. Obviously it works because that's what it does, but for watercolors in general I tend to prefer a ceramic or an enameled palette, and having a plastic one, well, I'm using it because it was included and to give you a fair review. What I really don't like is the beading that this water does, which will probably also make it very difficult for the paint to dry and then later on reactivate. So I will probably have to use all of this up as quickly as possible. But since these are fantastic paints, I probably will do that. But in the future, I'll probably stick to the ceramic palettes that I already have. But hey, it works, and it will definitely come in handy or useful when I work with inks. So just, it's not my preference for watercolors. Now that the picture is finished, let's just quickly tell you again what I thought of everything. In case you hadn't already noticed by my excited squeals, I love the paints. They're very pigmented, they're absolutely beautiful colors, they work really well. They were easily reactivated. I had the picture when it was halfway done, I left it to dry a little, and it was really easy to either reactivate or paint over. So no qualms there. The paper buckled a little, which is mostly my inexperience, which leads to me leading too much, which leads to me using too much water. But all in all, it handled quite well. The brushes themselves were also really good. I might have liked maybe a size brush in between the wide 1 inch and the flat shader, but I could work around that. The only thing that I'm still not excited about is the palette, because, well, first of all, because of the reasons that I already mentioned, and also I noticed that the palette, the water forms droplets in the palette, which is really handy when you work with inks, but actually works against you, or at least against me, when you work with watercolors, because it makes it so that it's very difficult to mix your water with the paint. So will I be using it again? Yes, but not with watercolors, and definitely not with these watercolors that we just got. So the only thing that rests me is to eat the candy that we got, and then wait until this is dry so I can frame it. I hope you liked this review, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!